So yeah, let's figure out how to put this wheel on the front. Honestly not sure how to do it. I don't know if it's just a temporary thing. Yeah. Looks to me like it should go in there. I'm guessing it will go on the inside of it. I don't know. Oh, the thing you unscrew and lift. So, okay, so that unscrews and hooks in there. So I'm guessing there's a flat side over here, and then there's one on the inside. I don't know if it goes on the inside. Well, I mean, you could. It doesn't fit there. There's a gap left behind that, so it has to go on the side. There's 2 holes over here. So that would make much more sense. Top or bottom? Well, there's a flat side here, so I'm assuming that that's the top. Oh, and it's got an arrow. I think it says there's an arrow up. Yeah, see if we can find some screws that would be work would go in there. So this is where we're trying to get in and attach the wheel that holds up this bracket, which holds up, yeah, it holds up that wheel that's down on the ground, that keeps the end of the trailer up when you're not having it hooked to the car or truck. So what I'm missing is I don't seem to be finding those 2 screws or bolts and the washers and whatnot. So I'm gonna have to take another look to see if I can find those. All right, let's find some screws. A nut and bolt or whatever it's called. I don't know. Some springs. Just dump them out and see what we got. Just sort these out into sizes. See what we got. Once again, didn't see any information online. Could be just missing it. Let's see how many of each we have. I have managed to figure out that these guys seem to fit with these washers and lock nuts seem to fit the panels that go around the edge of it that extend the trailer to be higher. Doesn't look like it takes a lot of force. I don't think I'll be stacking things too high, but I guess it just gives it a bit of a height. Once again, don't have any instructions for this, which is probably my fault that I can't find them. So what I'm going to do with the this bracket that holds the wheel to the front is I'm just going to use 2 of these, I think, shorter ones at this point. We've got 4. I thought, you know, they would all fit on these brackets, whatever they're for. But maybe they go in, well, I don't know. They go somewhere. It's quite a puzzle, but I'm going to use 2 of these, and they're washers and lock nuts. See if I can attach because they seem like a logical thing to use. They don't hold a lot of weight or anything. Not like you're towing the car or the trailer with it, so it just holds a wheel up. So hopefully that's all we need. Let's go and take a look and see if that works. All right. Looking at this, I'm going to assume that the words are the right way up. So I'll install it this way. And I have a couple bolts, washers, and lock nuts. I'm going to install it this way because, well, it didn't fit the other way. So let's try this now. I'm using the shorter of the ones that are available, simply because it makes more sense. Probably going to find that these are the wrong ones, but they match the ones that were on this here, so we'll use them. I don't know. And then the washer, and then the nut. Let's see if finger tight, and then see if we can tighten them up. Do it this way. Sorry for shaking you. There we go. Once again, this is just to hold the trailer up where it's not connected to the vehicle. Quite lovely. Not the best piece of wood to use, but didn't cost anything. Alright. Now, you should be able to undo this. And then we can insert, I'm assuming, we can insert this wheel in here. I don't understand if this goes up and down, or if it just, I don't really understand how this process works. It's pick the lift. It's just kind of like a, I don't know. It does feel like there's a spring in there, or okay, yeah, so when you twist this around, the wheel goes up and down, which just makes a lot of sense now. So I guess when you start, you can put it up a bit. I don't know. Put this in here. It shouldn't matter which direction it is. It should just be clamped any old where. And when you want to move, put it on the trailer, I guess you just disconnect it. Chuck it somewhere. Once again, total newbie, never had a trailer. But let's see what this does. Okay, that's fairly tight. What I want to know is if I can raise this up and take away this block. Let's try it. Going up or down? I assume that's up. Yeah, it's raising up. Seems to be holding. I don't know how much weight it would hold, but it's fairly tight. It's raising up. See that the block is no longer needed. Well, that's a bit of a result, I'd say. One thing done. It's going up. And it's going down. Just like magic. Yeah, so that's cool. It's a good result. We'll holes with it as well. Yeah. That's a good thing. Oops, caught up here. Ooh, there's no brakes on this. Which is going to be interesting. The next thing I'm interested in doing is seeing if we can get these panels on, which give it some extra height around the edges. So it should give it a bit of an extension up so that you've got more, I don't know, firm area to go onto, or I don't know if you're supposed to be able to stack wood and boxes higher without it sliding. I'm not sure. From what I've seen, it doesn't look like it's very sturdy, but we'll take a look and see how that all comes together. So we have these panels. Look like they go on the sides like this. Looking at the way the bottom ones go, it looks like they snap around it. Hold around, like there's a snap on this to be able to take the back off, I believe. Oh, there you go, there's a thing. And that allows the bottom part to come off. So I'm assuming that we just do the exact same thing to the people up and then bolt them down from the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect all these together and then bolt them together when they're in a square. If I can, let's try that. This may be interesting. See the holes here. They work. Now, it's in the right position, final position, but pull this thing. There we go. Straighten this up. Oops. There we go. Move these two front and back. Third one on. Easy turbo. And then put this other one over here. And that'll give us some extra height, I believe. Yeah. A little bit wonky, but it seems to be working. Oops. There we go. There. I get the other one sorted. With those two, and it just settles together. Probably should have done this on the ground, but we're trying stuff. Very precarious. Precarious. Actually, I'll try this one. close. Close enough. This last one was really hard to get on. Over there. Is it lining up? Not quite. Quite difficult. Work on the lining this better, maybe that'll make it pop. Okay, this corner looks good. There's a titch off. This corner is a little bit off. Now, I don't think this is snap. Certainly not easy. Wow. There we go. Squeeze the wrong way. There. All right, we have a cube or a square. Top of another square. So now you have to bolt them all down. And I should be able to just take this back section off when I'm loading it for two of them. It even looks like there's a flip down at the bottom that'll let it flip like that. So that looks good. Now let's try to bolt the top to the bottom. So inside of this, we have some small screw holes there, or bolt holes, that, you can see them, but basically looks like you bolt the top to the bottom, and that's about it. So let's start doing that. I have the right number of at least those bolts and washers. So I'm just going to thumb tighten them all, and put them in, and then do the washers and bolts next. The washers and nuts. I've always messed up some nuts and bolts since a kid. Yeah, that's going in. I think this higher level will be good. More trouble on this side. Okay. Be all right. Just need to go towards the front of it. There we go, finally. That was a toughie to get in. Another one, and another one. All right, let's put a few of these in. There's a washer, and there's a lock nut. Let's start with this one. Should leave a tray for all those, but let's see how it goes. This is going to be fun. Perhaps I should have done it the other way, but I was just thinking it might corrode more over the years. Alright, so the washer's on. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. Alright, maybe not. But it's certainly very fiddly. I was like, oh, I should have built this on the side, but how could I have done that? I'm sure lots of people have better ideas of what to do with this than me, but... Alright, so we're going to need a Phillips and a really teeny little wrench or something. Get that tight underneath. See what I can find. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a wrench and hopefully that'll just catch it. It's catching it. What's this thing even on? Not going well. Let's do this. Just look at my fingers, a little thick. Screw looks, this bolt looks quite stripped already. We should be using a manual screwdriver, I don't know. Definitely going to be a nightmare. 1 of 10. We'll get there. Actually, wouldn't have damaged it. See if I can take it out. I don't understand why it's not coming out. Looks fine. A bit stripped. Not what I want to do. I can manually turn this on a bit better. Oh, is this ever a nightmare? Difficult angle. Go that way. I was wondering if I should get in the trailer and try from the inside and looking up or something. Maybe we do that. Let's do that. Let's see if I can bounce it. Feels good. I hope so. Go for a ride. Yeah. hold 100, 700 kilos. I don't weigh that much. Let's try this. Sorry for the wobbles. Okay, washer, oh, nut. There, seems like it's kind of locks, which makes sense, but it's not even starting. I do find it strange how small they are, but I guess because it's just an aluminum wall, there's not much holding it anyways. It doesn't matter if there's bigger bolts because it would just tear. Very small. Ugh. Wait, how just be smart about this. Let me come back. I'm gonna get a, if I can find one that's so small. See if I can get a socket that'll fit that. Whoa, really moving. So I found a very small little socket that I'm going to try to use. Maybe I'll get an extender for it so I can go up a bit. Whoa, very wobbly. Oh, I just lost it. Oh. All right, I can get started with this. The washer. Oh, I feel like it might be getting somewhere. Fingers crossed. Well, that finally is on. So, moral of the story: don't be stupid. All right, let's go to the washer. Nuts. Let's continue along with that. Just load a nut into this. Feed the washer on. Put it in again. Push up this, and then you kind of feed it in. Get started. And you can I should just use a screwdriver with this drill. I'm stripping too much stuff. We'll get a screwdriver. Ooh, did I mention it's wiggly? All right. Plan C. This was much better. Boom. Load this up. The washer on there. This took its tight. Finish tightening it with the rest. Try not to strip anything. Now that feels tight. Alrighty. We have two sides. Oh no, this one over there. Close to the camera. Nut, no washer. Quite exciting, this repeating things over and over again. Get this guy in here. Right there. Alright. Anyways, no damage done. A little bit of excitement. The trailer flipped because, yeah, I was a bit stupid, obviously. I went past the pivot point on the tires, so the back end, of course, flumped down. A little bit of excitement, but I'm alright. There's no damage that I can see of anything. A bit of a flop down. I'm sure there'll be much more damage when we start backing into things and what else, but yeah, it's all fine. I also went along to this side and I finished putting those three bolts back in because you've seen me do far enough of those. One other thing that I'm worried about is there is a bit of floppiness to it. So when you open these latches on the back, you can see there's quite a bit of a wobbliness to the sides. These latches are quite tall. As soon as you release it, they wobble. And if you were to, you know, I assume, once again, I've never had any trailer or any trailer. I'm not sure how it's supposed to work. Just how robust it's supposed to be, and it's supposed to be a stack of gravel or wood or whatever on and have some sort of support, or they're just supposed to be a bit flimsy. But see, this one, you know, you would use it as a ramp or anything like that. But in loading things in like furniture and stuff like that. Originally, I thought, oh, maybe we could load a little more dirt or a little more wood and stuff in there, and have it hanging out the back. But I don't think you could do that. It's just definitely a bit flimsy. The good thing is this door comes off. It's got a pin on the back. It's like a hold. Pull it out. Remove the door if you want. The back flap door, whatever it's called. So, seems robust enough. Just, I don't know. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be like. Yeah, this is not what I expect to be quite that flimsy. I do have these brackets here, and I thought, well, maybe I'm not sure where they're supposed to go. I don't have enough bolts from anyways. And I was assuming that maybe they're supposed to do something like that. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like you saw in the section to put it or anywhere to connect it to make it more stable. And it's supposed to be rods of metal that go up the sides to stabilize it. Just seems a bit odd. Certainly have enough holes on the exterior for it to happen that way, but I don't know. So anyways, I was originally going to plan on putting a canopy on this and just, you know, at least dry finning it, making sure that it'll fit and it'll look good. But we're never going to use it. Like, we are going to use it, but only when we go shopping or shipping things long distances, or for antique shows or that type of thing. So I don't want to have to screw it all, bolt it all in up here, and then just have to take it off, and you know, there's really no point. So what I'm thinking of doing is just assemble it all, rest it on top, make sure that I could screw it all together, and then be happy with that for now. So maybe we can go on and do that, and then decide, see if I can, I'll search again online and see if I can find any instructions to see, you know, if I am missing pieces, where these are supposed to go. I don't know, I see some at the front near the front of the trailer, on the ground, kind of similar to this, but I just don't see that's really obvious where you should be putting these. Of course, I'm probably wrong, but I don't know. There's just no holes that really, there's some here that could fit, but we'll see. I'll take another look this evening and see if I've messed anything up. But for now, let's put this back together. Put the thing up, the back up, and see if we can assemble the canopy. I hope you enjoyed this video and would love to hear your thoughts and comments. If you would like to continue to follow me on this journey, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.